that I'll be able to see a bright light at the end of the tunnel. I'm always trying to like be seeing something in front or something. I'm just trying to say that at the end of the day, I feel like, if you don't have hope, I don't know how this can help. That's another thing. Because hope, not having hope is another reason why people don't want to be here anymore. And that's understandable. But at the same time, community, you being able to like stretch a hand to be able to like your friends or certain things like that is like just ways that you can be able to like minimize this. It might not be the best, but like it's be able to like minimize
one of
the rate of suicide.
solutions. Love it. Emphasis on community. Let's hear you, Ernie.
So back to your question, like you asked, is it that like there's no help in terms of suicide? And I'm going back to this whole community, or this whole Nigerian community. You know, it's said that most Nigerians do frown upon suicide, right? So like when you're looking for somebody for help or someone to speak to, you kind of get confused because you're like, where do I go that I wouldn't get judged, or where do I go that I'll be listened to and I'll be understood and like I'll be, helped. And so for those very reasons, obviously, like I did make a whole list of things that I feel like we as a whole community should be doing, or we as individuals should be doing to prevent these, or we can be doing to help, like, help these people thinking about committing this act. So we could do things such as, strengthening the economic supports, improving household financial security, stabilizing household. We can create protective environments, reduce access to lethal means among persons at risk of suicide. We could also create healthy organizational policies and cultures. We also can reduce substances use through community-based policies and practices. There's also improving access and delivery of suicide care, cover mental health conditions and health insurance policies, increase provider availability in undeserved areas, provide rapid and remote access to help. There's also create safer suicide care system change. Like there's just many things that I feel like we as a society could be doing. And back to what Chino said, quite frankly, obviously it's more so the person in question, because like I said, certain people are stronger than other. Like Chino said, when I said I was bullied badly in school, even to the point of where I literally had to move countries. But like I said, I feel like these bullying stories made me who I am today, and they made me have like this thick skin, because like obviously when you're going through something tough, you just have to know that there's always, a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always something better. It's always going to get better. And I feel like that's just what everyone or every individual having these thoughts just needs to understand, that it's really not the end. It may seem like the worst thing on the planet right now, but eventually, I promise you, you're going to be good.
Nice one there. Nice one. Let's hear you, Joy.
So, everything that Uni and Chinoyelum, right?
Chinoyelum.
Okay, Chinoyelum.
We shall have this name very well one day. Okay,
Chino
everything that Oni and Chino have said are beautifully and amazing, but I'm going to come from the solution in two aspects, two major points I'm going to state. Okay. And that's one. We need to be more literal about the psychiatrist. We need to understand that you're visiting a psychiatry is not that you are mad. You need help. You have mental problem. You have emotion problems. You have depression issues. Go visit a psychiatrist. You are not mad. Something is not wrong with your skull. Just go speak to. You don't have anybody to speak to a psychiatrist. I'm going to give a stat that says that the population of Nigeria right now is currently 200 million people. In the space of these 200 million people, the ratio of a psychiatrist to the population is 1:1 million. Do you understand? So, number one, let's be more literal about the psychiatry system. And number two, we need to be very intentional. Our health system needs to be very intentional about producing more psychiatrists in the health sector so that people are aware. Maybe we explore media forms and enlighten people that you have any depression problem today, you can always speak to a psychiatrist who by law has ethics to keep to himself every detail and every information you prefer to the person, and the person has solutions to give to you. So that's my very first point on solutions. We need to be intentional about visiting psychiatrists and ensure that we have more psychiatric doctor in the health sector. Now, number two, we talked about bullying. Everybody has been bullying. And guess what? Bullying is not ending anytime soon. How about we look into our legislative system, creating mild laws, because majority of this bullying comes from secondary school. So we create mild laws that curbs the actions of bullying. If you do a bully today, this is what you tend to face, this is what you tend to face, this is what you tend to face. By doing that, we tend to reduce the risk of bullying, because guess what? It has happened, it will continue to happen, and it will always happen so long we keep having young people in school. So if we can be more intentional about creating laws, enacting laws and bills that will curb the situation of bullying, then I think it's going to help a lot in providing solutions to society.
So yes, that's a wonderful one. But what I want to know, is it in schools or is it for the society?
So it is actually for the society, because if you want to put it in schools, let's be honest with ourselves, it's there in school, but they don't really use it. They don't make use of it, because even you, sorry, you're not super safe, but...
I mean, I wasn't bullied though.
Okay, but I was also. There are different forms of bullying. There's body shaming there. I mean, there's physical bullying. There are several ones. So if we can put a legislative law, a bill, sign it into law, sign an act into law or bill into law, right? This would help. By the time I hear that if I bully somebody, I'm going to like 2 years in juvenile delinquency. Oh no, I will change you.
Period. So yes, the prevention of suicide as a major public health and a taboo in many societies to openly discuss it. Till date, only a few countries have concluded suicide prevention among their health priorities, and only 38 countries report having a national suicide prevention strategy. So which bring me to, I feel like, first of all, let's even ask the question, in Nigeria here, do we have any any health organization apart from WHO, like which is the World Health Organization, that we can actually speak to? So it's more like the helplines that we can speak to. So it's enough for us to say, oh, suicidal victims or people that want to attempt suicide, you guys know that this one, know that this one, you've given them the solutions. Now how about we know these helplines that we can go and meet and render our problems to? Do you have any? Do you have any that you want to share? Chino?
Helplines?
Yes.
I'm not sure of any helplines.
Okay.
In Nigeria at this point in time.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also, not to even deviate from this whole
community.
The question that you just asked.
Okay.
But I feel like Nigeria is too underdeveloped to even start with something so fragile as so fragile to mental health, because even our elders or our leaders don't even believe in mental health. So what exactly are they supposed to help with? What exactly are they supposed to help it with? Because it's in the sense of, there's nothing wrong with you, you're healed with the blood of Jesus. But like,
because you are too religionic.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's a situation is now. The thing about it is that there's always like, I don't think Nigeria is probably one of the most heavy religious country in the world.
We carry up our head though.
Yes, we do, but like,
more
as we say, like we're inside.
Side.
If you're inside a box, you can't see what's going outside.
Okay.
I'm still very much heavy on that. But like, at the end of the day, Nigeria is too underdeveloped to start talking about psychiatry. Like, even the education. Let's even start from education. What education or what job, or they're just not anything to kind of like hold that in place. By the end of the day, heavy on community and your friends and like people that you build around yourself.
Love it. So finals, yeah.
I mean, yeah. There are a couple of helplines in Nigeria. There are helplines such as the Serpine helpline. There's the Mentally Aware Nigerian Initiative. There's a Human Development Initiative, and there are a couple of helplines in Nigeria that you honestly could call when you're having like this thoughts or when you feel down. And apart from helplines, I mean, like, there are a bunch of therapists in Nigeria. Like, there are things that you could have access to, but like Chino said, I mean, like, culture, religion, like, people would just be scared to, like, say their thoughts or, like, express themselves. But, yeah.
That's a wonderful one. Let's hear you, Joy. Finals.
Okay, so I'm not here to mention anybody's name, because he did not pay me for adverts. So all I can just basically say is the hospitals are the first place to always start with. Go there, get a psychiatrist, speak to a psychiatrist, and let's start from there. From there, I think from the psychiatrist, you get to know organization, agency that help with community building, mental health, mental disorder, and all the rest of So yeah, start with the hospital first. The hospital is your best friend.
So yes, I mean, in conclusion, we have actually said a lot, right? If I'm to infuse mine, everything everybody here has said is a wonderful one, to be sincere. For you to actually curb this whole suicide thing, you need to first of all understand your problem, which is the whole depressing thing. So I think it's a thing of the person, just like she said earlier, and just like our guest said earlier, it's a thing of the person, right? Know yourself. Okay, this thing that happened to me, it has happened and it has happened. So if you put at the back of your head that this has happened, I don't think it's to take you to the place of depression. No, I understand that there are some cases where it's something the thing that will hit you. You're not going to even remember, say, this one, do you get? But I mean, at the same time, you understand, if you know your problem, then you find it, you want to, you now have the idea, okay, you know what, I'm going to commit suicide because of all the issues that's happened to me. Then what you should do next, just like Sha said, is to meet the hospital, go to the hospital. So, I mean, I think it's a Nigerian thing. Anytime you hear the whole psychiatric and all of that, you believe that those places are for mad people. But I believe anybody that has issues with their mental health, emotions, and all of that, you actually need to seek a therapist. So yes, rounding up, we'll be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll be diving straight to the book review. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. So yes, the book to be reviewed, if you have been following us since last week, you go know. It's true now, you go know. So yes, 48 Laws of Power, authored by Robert Greene. Yes. So that's the book. I'll be taking the 16th law. So we've talked about from the first law down to the 15th law, right? I will take in the 16th law, which says use absence to increase respect and honor. I feel like this is actually speaking to me. I've learned how to apply it, and I'm actually applying it right now. So this says too much of something decreases decreases the price and value. Once you are established, withdraw and people will begin to wonder what's happening with you. Increase your value by being scarce. Now, let me explain in a very simple way. Do you know that if you go to a friend's house for the first time, you actually be given this whole guest kind of vibe, they'll be pampering you and all of that. Guess what? Once you start staying with them, they'll start seeing you as one normal person. And now, I just use that as an example so we understand what Robert Greene is talking about. Now, Robert Greene is talking, when he's talking about the laws of power, now, bringing it down to the business aspect, and all of those, relations with normal humans, right? Once you are with people, don't always bring yourself to them. Be there, then go. You don't always show yourself. Don't make yourself disvalue, So just be there, then move. And that's it for me,
see
really.
Finish is real, though.
Do you get
See finish
exactly?
is real.
Sure, the real word is just see finish. That's it. So let's hear your
So, all right, guys, I'll be taking the 17th law today, and the 17th law pretty much states that keep others in suspended terror and cultivate an air of unpredictability. And what this pretty much is saying is that humans seek control, right, and stability. So if you're unpredictable or if you're predictable, you give them these feelings and you will cease to have their attention and focus. So instead of being predictable, you have to be unpredictable because this would capture the attention and you can intimidate your opponent. So pretty much what this is just saying is that never let them know your next move because if they know your next move, they can hinder you. So you just stay mysterious and very much unpredictable.
I love it. Stay mysterious. Let's hear your joy.
Alright, so I'll be reviewing the 18th law on the 48 laws of power. And the law states that do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Now, the law implies that the world is dangerous and the world is dangerous rather, and enemies are everywhere. Everyone has to protect themselves. A fortress seems the safest, but isolation exposes you to more danger than it protects you from it. So you need to cut off from cut yourself off from some unnecessary valuable information. Now, how this law applies to us is, I think I've been learning a lot from this law, especially this book. And basically what the law is saying is that as much as possible, do not rely on, I have a fortress, I have a mighty army, I have a space of people that I can always work with. Try to isolate yourself a lot, not too much, please, not too much, so we don't come and start hearing mental health issues. But then again, if you need to conserve, if you need to react, if you need to rethink, if you need to be creative, give yourself a space of empty quietness. Try to think on your own. Don't rely, oh, okay, I can always bank on this person to give me thoughts and ideas. At that point, the person feels like, okay, without me, you cannot succeed. So you need me to still remain in the place of power. So prove to your fortress at some point that, no, I don't really always need you. I can do things by myself. And then it's always worthy to mention that for 48 laws of power, every law is not stating that you have pride. Because I think I'm reading that thing in the air. It's not stating that you have pride. It's only helping you to build yourself in the space and place of authority and power. That's it.
Period.
So yes, that's it for the book review. I believe that you've actually enjoyed today's conversation just like I have, starting from the news down to the book review. So yes, we'll be here tomorrow. I mean, same time, same place, same person, same badges, same energy. Thank you so much for watching. I mean, sometimes I wonder how you sit down there and you stay glued to your screen. Bro, that's incredible. So yes, I mean, just like our mentor said, make sure you eat 101. So just as you've had breakfast this morning, don't eat in the afternoon. Emphasis on don't eat in the afternoon. And wait for the dinner. We are, our serious-minded individuals, our madams, yes, do you understand? Then they'll come to lecture you more or tell you things that you don't know about the society and the world at large. So yes, till tomorrow, stay with us. Bye.